A very good morning to you. This is Sports This Morning on your award-winning Channels Television right here in the city of Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Yemi Adebayo. It gives me so much pleasure to welcome you to the Friday morning edition of the show. And as usual, we'll take you on a trip across the world of sports. We'll start from home, make brief stops in Europe, talking football and tennis as well. We'll also take a look at the world of Formula One on the show this morning. But before we progress any further, and before I introduce my partner on the show to you, I think it's only fitting for us, especially everything that has happened in Nigeria in the last 24 hours. I think it's only fitting for us to look at the headlines, the news making the rounds in this part of the world. So let's bring to you the top stories as we go on the show this morning. All right, first story, and that's it on your screen. Nigeria Football Federation beats FIFA deadline, and we do this with ease these days, but the hammer will not fall, and so Nigeria escapes this time again. The very champions of the English Premier League, that's Manchester City, are seeking redemption. And this time it's going to be in the Manchester Derby. They will be seeking for a change of fortunes as they take on their next door neighbors. Britain's Andy Murray seals his place in the ATP Tour Finals. That's the last 8, the last big event of the year, and he seals his place. He's going to be participating in that event. So Andy Murray will be in London. It will be interesting to see how the fans receive Andy Murray. And of course, coming from Formula One's governing body, the FIA, it's the need to cut cost. 2 teams already in troubled waters as we speak, and the FIA is saying, look, we don't want to see other teams getting into more problems, and there is a need to cut cost, to reduce the cost for each season, the campaign in the Formula One calendar year. So that's the headlines. That will form the outlook of the things we'll be looking at on the show this morning. But it's also important for you to get your views across to us. Speak up and be heard on Sports This Morning. And of course, this is how you can do it. In case you're watching us for the first time, of course, you can on Facebook, Channels Sports, on Twitter, it is Channels_Sports. And of course, you can tweet my personal handle, and that is also on your screen, Yemi Adebayo 20. We will ensure that we read all the tweets that you send in, all the comments that you send in across the platforms that you have on screen. All right, before we go to break, let me introduce my partner on the show this morning. He's ready, he has a lot to say. He's been monitoring all the events. And let me quickly welcome Kule Philip. It's always a pleasure to have you here with me.
Yeah, good morning, Lemmy. It's good to be on the show again, and it's good to know that we had a reservation about what the outcome of the whether we're going to be able to beat the deadline
or not
the last amount. But it's good to know that we're able to smile around, and our football can actually continue.
Okay, so let's go on a break. Give you something from where there's no trouble, and that's in Germany, German Bundesliga. Let's allow you to enjoy some highlights from the German Bundesliga. That will come back for more on Sports This Morning. All right, welcome Welcome back. And well, it's interesting to see how football is being played in Germany, and now there is really nothing happening that you don't want to talk about in the German Bundesliga. The key actors are the only reasons why you talk about football in the German Bundesliga. But let me quickly get your thoughts on all that happened. At any point, were you afraid that the Hammer could fall? I mean, we're used to this by now.
Yeah. I think I wasn't really scared because, we've seen cases of this nature in the past, and at the end of the day, we're still able to get away with it. Some people are saying that, at times when it comes to Nigeria and some other big countries in the world, they tend to play kind of a double standard, and this really for me came to a fall because they warned us the last time out that if we dare tamper with the process that actually went down in September will be banned. But it's good to know that all the parties, the aggrieved bodies came together in the interest of the country. That was what we were talking about last week, because it's all about one individual. It's about football is a game that is being watched. A lot of people monitor the game of football in the absence of a lot of travels that we go through in this country. Football still unites everyone, and we are really very happy. So many people have met me on the street and were asking if we're really going to be banned from all footballing related activities. But I really want to thank the president for actually coming in at this time, and for us ensuring that all sanity is restored.
All right, okay, so that's it. Well, you already know what transpired by now, and we need not bore you with how it all got to that point where the case was withdrawn and some sort of compromise arrangement was reached. But at the end of the day, there's something to smile about for Nigerian football. But of course, you can talk to us. Well, how do you feel about all of this? And Kule, there's also the news that Coach Stephen Keshi, even though officially there are a lot of conflicting signals, but as it stands, Coach Stephen Keshi might just be back in the saddle.
Yeah, it looks like Keshi is actually back, because I think a lot of us have actually tried as much as possible to get the report being confirmed from the different authorities officially, but to no avail. From the way things are, from the look of things, and some individuals have actually interviewed Keshi, and he has actually told them that he's back. And some of us feels that Keshi's performance in the past year as good as your last result, but since he came back, there are really no news as regards what led to that. We just have to let things rest on this and concentrate on the forthcoming game in 15th of
somebody is asking us here. His name is Palibo Stanford at Stanford Palibo. I hope I got this correctly. He said, "Please, can you tell me who the current coach of Nigeria is?" Anna Vesha is responding to the things we're talking about. I'll keep saying lips on that one. But from everything, it seems Coach Stephen might just be back on the job. Let's move on. There's really not much to say. We'll just be back to where we were.
Absolutely.
Before the last game.
The last game, yes.
And that is that Amaju Pinnick is still the NFF president. And maybe Stephen Keshi is still the coach of the Super Eagles, but we wait for the official confirmation. But if you want to pick something from the rumor mill, you can say that Keshi is back. But the official, what is official is that Coach Amadu is saying that, look, bring Keshi
back.
Okay. And let's talk about this one. This one is good. The Uyo Stadium, CAF has certified this stadium, and it has got the pass mark, and it's going to host the game between Nigeria and South Africa. Hopefully by then we'll still be in contention for a place at the African Cup, because if we lose against Congo, this game will not really mean much. But I think this is a good one for Nigeria.
Yes, it's a very, very good one. The Ghanaian vice president was the one
of the
FA actually came to expect it, and it was really marveled at, you know, the caliber of the kind of facilities that was in place at the stadium, which is really which is really very, very good for us. And you know, it also provides a place where, you know, a place for the physically challenged people, which really means that, you know, they went into proper planning before the stadium was actually built. And the game, there's this rumor that the Super Eagles might likely be taking on the Black Stars of Ghana to open that stadium before the game.
That's not confirmed. Yes,
we're going to play Ghana before we take on the Bafana Bafana.
We're going to play, but it's not confirmed.
Who
we're going to play
against.
We're going to play against,
absolutely.
Right. Okay, so that is that. But Kulo, let's talk about a funny one. We're just bringing it up. We're going to leave Africa now, and that's the news about Nigeria. I hope the dust has settled now. We have peace. But let's move on. Let's talk about Benfica. And the interesting thing about Benfica, Kulo, this morning is that the coach is saying that FIFA seems to have made a mistake while doing the shortlist. I'm talking of Jorge Jesus, that's the Benfica coach, and he's saying, why am I not on that shortlist? Kulu, I don't know if you can answer. Why is he not on that? I mean, I don't know. We have many names here, but he's saying, how come I'm not on that short list? The 60-year-old believes it deserves to be there. I mean, he has steered Benfica to the Europa League final in the 2013-2014 season before losing to Benfica on penalties, and they won the league title, were crowned Portuguese winners, and lifted the Portuguese League Cup under him last season. And that's the man in the picture, and he's looking at all of this and he's saying, why am I not on that short list?
I think if you ask me, he deserves to be in the list of the coaches that.
Or is it because of the quality of the league it plays?
If that is taken into consideration, we look at a country like Portugal, and you know that we've seen in the past where one or two clubs have won the UEFA Champions League out there, and they've got some quite fantastic players out there. You are as good as your last result. You
feel it should be on that?
Yeah, it should be on the list, but FIFA thought otherwise.
Okay, I'll keep signals as well. But there are names here that didn't win anything and didn't do so well last season.